Hello, hello. This is the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Wrap, episode 245. This is Rajyasree Sen.
And this is Abhinandan Sekhri, and we bring you this Awful and Awesome with one of us being in office, which is me, and Rajyasree being at home because we are recording at night and a week that was very busy for both Rajyasree and I. She had lots of meetings, etc., etc. So that is why we aren't both in
And
studio.
also, my husband doesn't allow me out after 6 p.m. because I have to make chapatis and sabzi and all at home. So I have to balance a lot of responsibilities. But more than that, I just wanted to say that I want to say this to all our listeners. I'm very hurt by the kind of mails you all send in because I read the mails and I just felt very bad. That's all I'm saying.
But that should not bother you because you can keep sending mails that make us feel bad because criticism and critique is something that is always welcome. Sometimes we agree with it, sometimes we disagree with it, sometimes we respond in ways that are very sweet and humble, sometimes we respond in ways that are abrasive, but that should not stop you because that is the process of learning. It is never smooth.
You're like Sadhguru only. I don't know whether you're like Sadhguru or you're like Ramdev. It's a tough choice.
I'm flattered, Rajyasree, that you have such an opinion of me, but this week we, between the two of us, watched 3 films. That doesn't mean we all watched all the films, but between the two of us, because it's a collective responsibility that
This is correct.
we watched 2 ads.
We both watched 2 ads.
And
this is correct.
We also have a very academic and intellectual critique of Holi songs because it was Holi last week. That I think you would not have done because that's beyond your pay grade. I've done that.
Oh, that you did because anyway you know every Holi song. That's why. So that doesn't count. That is not homework. So of the 3 films that we are going to discuss, which I will get the facts right for each bloody film now because I take criticism positively and I improve instantly. It's taken like 4 years or 5 years, but it will happen. So we are going to discuss, of course, the Kashmir files because how can we not discuss the Kashmir files? Because it's such a classic. And then Jalsa, which I saw on one of the streaming sites called Amazon. It has come back to me. Sunday, the penny dropped. And I also watched
83,
which I watched on Amazon, Netflix, and Star Gold. You could watch it at the same time on all 3.
Why would you do that?
No, but I'm just amazed that they managed this because normally they only get a deal with one OTT. 83 has been released on both Netflix and Amazon at the same time. And Star Gold the day before. So 3 films.
So Rajyasree, let's start off. You can get the data ready on Jalsa because I didn't watch it. But before that, just want to remind everybody to subscribe to newslaundry.com. Go to our website. We have a lot of ground reports. We have podcasts. We have news-related stuff. And all is funded by your subscriptions and contributions and not by ads, which is why we can be truly independent. So do check out newslaundry.com and tell your friends and family too as well. And I'll just start off with one email, which is from Shailinder. Hello, Rajyasree and Abhinandan. Just to clear some facts about Badhai though. Bhumi was not looking for boys on Tinder because of family pressure, as told by Rajyasree. She swiped right on a profile that claimed to be a girl but was a man pretending to be a woman. When she goes to meet her, she gets to know that it's a boy and then the boy starts pressurizing her to have sex. That's when she lodges a complaint. And it's also 2.27 hour long movie, not 1.5 hours, unless Rajyasree slept for an hour while watching the film. Have a great day. Shailinder, thank you so much for correcting these facts. Rajyasree,
you hired someone who is there just to find mistakes in what I say.
But this was such a glaring mistake that you called it 2.5 hour film or 1.5 hour.
But what does that say? That the film was so good that it felt like it was 1.5 hours.
It also says that you have absolutely zero credibility. But I will talk about Badhai though because I did end up watching it.
Did you watch it?
Yes. But first tell us about Jalsa.
Jalsa. So Jalsa is...
Jalwa with an S. Do you remember the film Jalwa?
Jalwa. Who was in Jalwa? Who was in it?
Archana Puran Singh was this new hot thing and Naseeruddin Shah was this guy with the body.
Oh, Nasir.
Imagine the 80s what the bodies of Indian men must have been like if Nasir was the guy with the best body in the industry.
Yeah, Nasiruddin was in it. That's correct.
Jalwa.
Now I remember, but I don't think I watched
And
the
it made
film.
Remo famous with that Jalwa.
Okay, enough.
Okay.
Okay, so Jalsa has stars
S.
Vidya Balan. And Vidya, please,
Jalsa.
this is very. How come nobody writes in and says that when Rajyasree has bought something, please don't interrupt her? If I interrupt you, the shouts I get and the way you behave and you demean me and all, do I do things like that? No.
Jalsa.
So anyway, Jalsa is stars Vidya
Jalwa with an S.
Shefali Chaya, and it's directed by Suresh Triveni. Suresh Triveni had made Tumhari Sulu before this with Vidya Balan, which according to me was an unwatchable film. But I'm not a big fan of Vidya Balan, so I find most of her films quite unwatchable. But this one was surprisingly good, this film, because it's about, so you should have watched it, because the thing they get wrong, of course, is how a newsroom works. Because why should you do basic research?
So it's
na,
about
when you're-
news.
No. So she is a person like Barkha Dutt, basically. So they show that
Journalist.
she...
They're called journalists. A
No.
person like Barkha.
No.
You know?
She is like Barkha, as in she's supposed to be Barkha-ish in that sense. So she is the star anchor on this news channel, and she has a show like Barkha used to have We the People and all. Like she also has this one big show where The Last Word or something it's called, and she asks these hard-hitting questions, and she's very morally upright and doesn't get scared of people in high places. And also it starts with her interviewing this Justice Gulati, his name is, and he gets really pissed off because she asks him a question which he doesn't want to answer. And then there's this whole, basically there's a build-up of how she has unflinching courage and she will ask the tough questions and all. And there's clearly
You're clearly a Barkha fan.
No, I'm not actually, but I'm very good at doing that.
No, but courage, no, never say no, all this.
No, this is about Vidya
I
Balan.
think Barkha's, done some fantastic work, but you may be overstating everything. Like,
No, I'm saying that filmmakers seem to think Barkha is like that. It's like no one killed Jessica.
anyway, so then,
Rani
so
Mukherjee
this
is supposed
judge
to be
doesn't want to
her,
give
no?
the answer.
So anyway, there's clearly this underlying romance that is happening with her boss, who is the channel's editor. Who's quite hot looking, so it's understandable. And then you cut back to her house. You see Rohini Hattangadi is her mother, who's spectacular in this film. She has a specially able child who Rohini Hattangadi stays at home with. And she also has a maid who is played by Shefali Chaya, who pretty much manages the house, looks after the boy's homework, is very close to the boy, and they have a very strong relationship. You get that? And there's this whole thing of she finishes work late. The Shefali Chaya has a family where it's a very progressive home where the helps family is allowed. Like she's this wonderful woman. There's no class problems or anything. And Shefali Chaya's daughter stays at home instead of coming to Vidya Balan's house. And then late at night goes off with her, not a boyfriend, with a boy. She's roaming around the city.
And she's a chudel.
No, that's Bulbul. That's the other
twist.
film.
I thought that'd be a twist. And it's Jalsa.
Keep quiet. And then this girl gets, okay, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but maybe it was in the trailer. So if it's a spoiler, I'm so sorry. So I've given you all enough time to don't listen for the next 2 minutes now. So this girl gets hit by a car, which was being driven by Vidya
Chudel.
Balan.
And she's the chudel. Is there a
Don't be
chudel?
like that.
Is
No.
There's no chudel in
Vidya
the film.
Balan could be a chudel.
So you liked a film that was not about chudels for a change?
Imagine. But I found a new horror film, which I'll tell you about.
I'm not going to watch it.
No, so Vidya Balan basically hits this girl with her car, but she keeps driving. Like she stops for a second and she keeps driving. And then it's about this whole, she starts realizing soon that it's the Shefali Chaya's daughter who was the one who came in front of her car. She didn't realize it then. And what happens, how those relationships unfold, and how like she doesn't go to the cops immediately. So there's this whole thing of
So is
morality.
Shefali Chaya's character called Salma Khan? Get it? No, doesn't matter.
No.
You didn't get the joke. Never mind.
No, Salma Khan, Vidya Balan's character will be called. She hit the woman.
She hit, yeah. Sorry.
So the film is interesting till the end, when it stops being interesting, because as usual.
Because it's ended. It's not interesting.
No, it's stupid because.
Oh, you mean before the end? I thought you meant after the end because the credit roll is not interesting.
They cannot understand how to tie up a film, I've realized. And also, so anyone who has seen the film, Abhinandan, don't yawn when I'm talking.
Sorry, I was equalizing the pressure.
I'm talking and you're yawning.
Because there's a eustachian tube that connects the eardrum to.
I'll put that eustachian tube up your posterior.
How can you talk to me like this? It's not right. But you know why this big budget films don't tie up the loose ends very well, like you just said. But small budgets do. Because they are shot on a shoestring.
So funny.
Thank you.
Okay, as I was saying, anyone who has seen this film will agree with me that they should have ended it on the wheelchair. They then cut to something else, which I felt was a bit of a cop-out that happened in this film.
So low budget that didn't even have proper tracks and trolleys. They were shooting it on wheelchair. They were using wheelchairs for the tracking shots. My God, that was a real shoestring budget. Yet they didn't tie it up well. My lovely jokes have embellished your boring review. Congratulations.
Yeah, you just ruined my review. You haven't ruined my boring review. You just ruined my review only. But it's definitely worth watching. Rohini Hattanga is excellent, absolutely. Everything is believable about the characters other than Shefali Chaya's perfectly tweezed eyebrows. Lots of maids do look after they'll get their eyebrows done and all. But she is going to the parlor as regularly as a woman who has nothing else to do in her life goes, which is like me. And the other thing is that Manav Kaul plays a 10-minute role, which I couldn't figure out why he would do this role. And then I realized he's acted in both of Suresh Triveni's films before.
So they're friends, probably.
He must have said, just do it, for me. But it's definitely worth a watch.
So thank you for that review. That has enriched all our lives, Rajyasree, and it has also saved us time. So should we watch it? You said yes. Okay.
Yes.
But I love the confidence in your arrogance. Where you said... Anyone who has seen the film will agree with me that it should end like anyone. Who's seen it,
I know.
There'll be no one who will disagree with you. Okay.
Only you are the only disagreeable one. Why is there a camera behind you? What is it shooting?
It's shooting you.
But am I not being shot through Zoom?
No, this is another angle. Don't get into the production. Jude is handling that.
Okay, you're sure you don't want me to get into that? Because I'm very good at production also.
Very good.
And continuity.
Very excellent, Rajyasree. So now I will talk about Holi because it was Holi last week. Holi is one of my favorite festivals and Rajyasree can't stand it.
Because all North Indian men like Holi because it's the best time to just maro chance.
You know, तुम्हारी घटिया सोच तुम्हारा ही point of view दिखाती है. I love it because it is...
Here's a list of iconic Holi songs I picked up.
Okay, so... I just, wanted to talk about Holi songs and how you will be hard pressed to find a Holi song that is not quote unquote problematic. Now, let's start with this one from one of the biggest hit films of the country ever, Sholay. And all Yash Chopra films would have a Holi song like Silsila, Dar, and the others.
That had one also.
So, but there's only one complete Holi song that has combined, but I'll come to that later. But this is, and I could go on and on, but I'm just making you listen to Holi songs as examples, and then there are other things about the other songs which we can't get into all of them. Here's one. gali mein aaja jao raja, chal sharabi idhar aaja baon madori. I mean, it's all, you see, and this is just the build up. It's not even the song yet. Just listen to how
Are you praising it?
how many indiscretions and crimes have been committed before the song is even started, really. And the object of their harassment is Ramu ki Sali. I mean, she could be Shakuntala, she could have been Rajyasree, she could have been Kavita, she could have been Ritu, but no, she's Ramu ki Sali. So you have taken
But
away
that's like
her identity, agency, because then anyone can go. And then the real, so before the song has even started, all this has already happened. And then
होली के दिन दिल खिल जाते हैं रंगों
even I know.
में रंग मिल जाते हैं
it's fun, it's a peppy song, even though, she's harassing and saying, "Aaj teri main gaalon se lali chura loon," and rubbing her cheeks. And another song, the one with in Dar, she's saying, muh par hi lagana, don't touch my body, because obviously because you touch my body, you're there to grope me. So all these songs are so problematic. But I found, and I could go into the lyrics of each one, but I don't want to take up so much time.
But the one song which is the best is Balam Pichkari.
Which one? The one that was woke, that doesn't have any of these problematic things.
Is?
Here.
Do me a favor, let's play Holi.
He's asking politely, "Do me a favor, let's play Holi," even if it's really bad. But he's asking politely.
asked, na? He's requested.
It's a favor.
Haan.
रंगों में है प्यार की बोली. Do me a favor, let's play Holi.
रंगों में है प्यार की बोली. Okay, don't laugh. It's a fucking
He's a
woke.
very well-known singer. I don't
It's
think
a
that
woke
any
Holi
of
song.
us should
Don't
mock
make fun
him.
of woke Holi songs.
ये होली हाय ये होली ये होली हाय ये होली
Do me
Oh yeah. So you.
Who's the woman? Who's the woman who's singing with him?
The one on screen is Priyanka Chopra and Akshay Kumar.
Huh.
And overall, it has this kind of theme where there's nothing very objectionable or quote-unquote problematic happening, but it goes on like,
let's play Holi.
ये होली हाय ये होली
रंगों में
It's a very good song. You should have this as
So-
your
see,
ringtone.
now the thing is, and then there is of course, अंग से अंग लड़ान लगाना सजन हमें, that's from Dar. And in that also there's all sorts of problematic references, even the old ones that I've forgotten what it's called, but even those have, like with Rajesh Khanna and stuff. So I'm just wondering that the woke Holi songs, if you play them in your party, no one will come.
Also, this is why people think that in Holi you can just mar a chance, na? Because they are watching all these songs and then they think this must be the way you're
No,
supposed
but
to
they
behave.
could also be watching the Let's Play Holi. And then,
No,
you know,
then they just don't have friends. Those people don't have friends. They sit
But-
at home and they listen to Anu Malik. Also, Anu Malik wasn't that woke in his real life, though.
yeah, he
Huh?
was, in
He was a little
Alicia.
friendly.
Yeah.
And
Ironic
he
that
clearly
Anu,
felt warm in pants, so he felt like airing himself now. And
his
then.
member, Junior,
His
got-
member. He
Junior's
wanted-
feeling hot.
It was a
He
members
wants
only
some-
club for him.
So, but ironically, he sang that woke Holi song. But the song that has wokeness and Josh, unsurprisingly, Deepika came up with it.
Did she come up with it?
I'm sure she had
composed the
something.
song.
I'm sure she had something to do with its because
Of course,
it has
but
that
of
sensibility which is decent and fun.
Balam Pichkari. We know
Yes.
this song. It's okay. We don't want to hear.
Because that doesn't have. I mean, there's no.
But that's because it's got Ranbir Kapoor in it. He's a very classy man.
So if you guys have any comments on Holi songs that are woke or problematic, and which sentences you find appropriate and inappropriate, you can write to us on podcasts at newslaundry.com. I repeat, podcasts at newslaundry.com. In the subject line, please write awful and awesome. And we'd love to do a more in-depth critique, an academic study of Holi songs.
An academic study. And if you all can be honest enough to say whether the Holi song influenced the way you view Holi. Although no one will say that after some cheapo song that we watched this and then I felt this is how Holi should be played. But be honest. You can say that, don't read out my name.
Yeah, you can say that.
That you can say.
So Rajyasree Sen, let's talk about the Kashmir files.
Fabulous. That was 2 hours, 57 minutes. But it felt like 12 hours, 57 minutes. I just want to say, first off.
So it's a production. There were one or two other, but Z basically is the producer because that's the first, presented by Z Counts. It's directed by Vivek Agnihotri. And Rajyasree, you can tell us about the other credit roles. Is he the writer as well?
He's one of the writers also. But more than that, I can tell you the other films that he's made, which is Hate Story and Chocolate Deep Dark Secrets. But let's not dwell on that too much. But Kashmir Files has been written by him, I know, and I will check who else has
And
written
while
it,
you
because
check the credit
otherwise
roll,
people will be rude to me and I'll feel bad.
see, Rajyasree, someone correcting something that you have actually said wrong is not being rude. It is, in fact, it's help. It's something. It's a good deed they're doing. Don't look at
I
it as.
said I've learned, but I felt bad also, no? You're allowed to
Arey,
feel
why? You are
bad.
saying something wrong. People will not correct you. Very strange person you are. Anyway, you
This
check
is
the
the
credit
way
roll.
people
We'll say
are.
goodbye to our video audience. The rest of this podcast is only available on audio. So stay on audio and enjoy the rest, because we have the review of 83, Kashmir Files, and 2 ads. One starring Salman Khan in double role. How about that? Catch you on audio. The subscription model is something that keeps News Laundry afloat, but we need hundreds and thousands of people to completely transform the news ecosystem. So you pay for news, so it serves you. So click on the link with this video, subscribe to News Laundry and pay to keep news free, और गर्व से कहो, मेरे खर्च पर आज़ाद है खबरें.